Pisces, Joe Pesci. Let's see what your 2 cards are for this third proofread of June. I'm using the Divine Masculine cards this time. All right, so you've got some decisions to make about a relationship, or you've got some decisions to make that are intimidating you. You feel vulnerable to these relationships. A relationship is intimidating you. You feel vulnerable to it. You want to make some decisions, but you feel like you can't make the decision because you feel like the idea of having to make the decision is even like, I don't know. You're not allowing yourselves the freedom that you have. Give yourself the freedom that you have to choose. Relationship, sex, buying things that please you. Maybe you were in a relationship and you're no longer in a relationship. And when you were in that relationship, you had to always overthink what it was that you were doing, paying for, saying, thinking, feeling, how you were affecting the other person's ever-changing mood, and this is saying how your feelings change about things. My feelings have changed about something. So now I am responding to my feelings changing about something, and I think that this is what I want now, or I think that this is what I want to do. The 2 of Swords is Libra. Libra is talking about being fair to yourself. You know what I mean? Being fair to your it's your emotional awareness, So don't be afraid of the emotions and don't try to detach from the emotions. Allow the emotion to help you make a decision, and maybe these emotions are not asking you or forcing you to make a decision, but maybe they are prompting you to ask yourself a question that helps you come up with an answer about something. This could be hiding something from yourself. Not willing to accept something about yourself emotionally, ignoring some aspect of your emotional depth. Don't make decisions based on other people, based on friendships. Don't make decisions based on lack or fear. This is also needing to balance out your energy, Maybe you don't need a reason to be making this decision, Maybe you're making the decision because you're doing it intuitively, or maybe, you have been kind of like inspired, divinely inspired to make a decision. Okay? Damn. Pow! The Judgment card. Here we go. You got to make a decision to move forward from a relationship. It could be a toxic relationship. It could be a relationship that is bringing toxicity into your life. And this is also the Judgment card. It's saying like accepting things that you can't change from the past, accepting things that you can't control, you know what I mean? And realizing that at the end of the day, the only person that I have to answer to is me, myself, my God, my faith, whoever, whatever I believe in, And this is finally accepting something, accepting your fate or accepting the fate of something, not fighting, not holding on, releasing, letting go, and allowing yourself to heal from something. This could be needing to detox, right? This could be something having control over you. Your relationship with something that's helping you cope might have some control over you, A relationship from your past might still have some aspect of control over you, and you're tired of it. You're ready to let it go, This could be your job, right? you just need to get spiritually balanced. You know, you've got to kind of like kind of create a boundary between you and your worst enemy. Whatever that means for you. And you know who your worst enemy is, actually, or what it is. And it could be an aspect of your personality, right? Because we choose how we want to be, which is the second house. Conscious awareness. So we could consciously choose to, like, you know what, I'm going to accept something that I no longer want to be carrying or holding on to. Because the twos do have to deal with things that you might be carrying or holding on to, just because it's information, right? It is something that might be limiting you, right? Limiting your range of movement. And it could also be something that is limiting your sense of self. So it's holding you back from being able to kind of like grow or get past a certain point, you know, marginalizing yourself, right? Sometimes it's very liberating to not try to control or to be or to make something be that isn't. If that makes any sense. I don't know. You know, it's more empowering to let something go than to hold on to it. And it's more empowering to let go of some aspect of our personality that no longer works for us than to hold on to it because it's familiar. You know? And the Judgment card is asking you to let go of something that is familiar to you, that is very powerful. And it could be a way of thinking. It could be, you know, something that brings you pleasure. It could be a relationship that once brought you pleasure that now brings you pain. This is turning your pain into power. Turning your fear into fearlessness. And, you know, listening to what Spirit is telling you, to your consciousness, or listening to your conscience about what decisions you need to make. You know, trust your intuition and trust what you're being guided. And that is pure, and that is loving, and that is not going to steer you wrong. And it's not about anybody else. It's about you. And how you have been reflecting on your experience and what these reflections have been showing you. For what it's worth. Thanks, Pisces. I'll see you guys next time.